So in this section, guys, we're going to talk about how we can leverage film festivals to get distribution for our films and how to get access to distributors with film festivals in any way, shape, or form. So Chris, please enlighten us, because I know this is a topic that a lot of people really want to know about.
Sure. Well, it's actually a fairly complex topic because there are two sort of opposing forces going on here. The first force is distributors need movies, right? That's their business, is finding good films and getting them out there. And, you know, much like smaller festivals, they're only seeing a fraction of what's getting made out there if they're interested in independent films in the first place, right? And the opposing force is, once sort of the blood is in the water and, you know, filmmakers around know that there are distributors to be talked to, they don't want to be found, right? They want to just watch the movies and make their own decisions about what they think they can sell, and not be sold to by filmmakers who, you know, are just desperate for any kind of attention when it comes to distribution. This has become such a tense issue that there are entire industry sides of festivals. Festivals like Sundance and Toronto both have industry screenings, which are restricted to people who work inside the industry, pay for an entirely different badge, and basically have to have some sort of industry credentials to get that pass at all. And then they go and they watch movies that have no general admission audiences. The filmmakers are generally not there, and they are, you know, they're business screenings. They're screenings for people who just want to get in, see the movie, and get out. So the question becomes then, well, if that's how these folks are operating, how do I find the distributor to talk to? How do I make sure I'm talking to the right distributor? And, you know, what do I say when I get in front of them? I think that when it comes to finding distributors, part of it's sort of luck of the draw. You know, distributors are humans just like anybody else. They like to go to parties. You know, they like to go to public screenings sometimes because they want to get a feel for what it is that a regular audience is going to think. Identifying those people once you're there is actually a lot harder. And sometimes you have to do research on these people before you go. A place like South by Southwest has an industry directory, where if you are in the industry directory, and you can literally buy your way in a lot of the times at these places, you can get a listing of who is at that festival or at that market or whatever, and what company they're with. And a lot of times there will even be a picture of them. So that's one way to, sort of find the people at the event. Now, you still have to go out and look for them, or contact them through their email, or try and call them, or whatever. But this is what festivals exist for. They're there to connect people to, businesses to films, films to audiences, and filmmakers to the people who are going to help them make the money. Once you found that person, once you've either bumped into them because you recognize them or made an appointment or whatever, they're really only going to want to know, three things from you. Number one, what is it that you want out of this? What are your goals for this film? And do they match up with my goals? Number two, who's the audience for this film? They probably have a pretty good idea of that themselves, but they're going to want to know what you think. Maybe you've thought of something they haven't, and they want to know the third thing, which is, how do you reach that audience? Have you done the legwork? Do you already know where these people hang out? Do you have some way of letting that audience know that your movie exists and bringing them in? Because distributors really don't want to do the legwork and the expensive advertising and whatever else that's going to be required to match up your film with the audience. So you can answer those three questions well, and a lot of times you can do that right at the festival, then you're really way ahead of the game when it comes to distribution.